which way. Many thanks indeed, Adam Wilde. Despite the huge boom in women's sport, in terms of coverage and investment, there's one really important aspect that seems to be lacking: sports science. As recently as 2021, only 6% of research focused solely on women. Campaigners argue that this gender gap is jeopardising player welfare, particularly brain health. The available research suggests that female athletes are more likely to get concussed, more likely to suffer dementia in retirement. But we don't know why. Our correspondent Katie Gornall has been given exclusive access to a groundbreaking study looking to understand more about these issues.
Who wants to go first?
It's a chilly Tuesday evening, and for West Brom women's football team, it's time to hit the training pitch.
Nice, Ash.
But this is not your average drill. They're taking part in a groundbreaking study using smart mouthguards to look at how heading a ball influences brain function, and also whether the player's menstrual cycle affects the results.
So what we have is an instrumented mouthguard. So what it does is it communicates with our receiver here, and it feeds back data about the impacts that the athlete is exposed to during their training or during their matches.
After the drill, it's back to the classroom for further tests.
There is a lot of concern around safeguarding athletes' brain health later in life after retirement. And this is not just in concussion and head injuries, but also in subconcussive impacts like heading the ball. Females are fantastically complicated creatures, and we have these hormones that change throughout the cycle every month. And these hormones may have an impact on brain function and on how we recover from head impacts.
Historically, women have been overlooked when it comes to research. Up until 2021, only 6% of sports science research focused solely on female athletes. For West Brom, this study, funded by FIFA, is about seeing the bigger picture.
So it's been really eye-opening, to be fair. There's not much kind of research around it, so it's really good to be kind of an important part of that journey to improve women's sport.
Tuck in!
So how important do you think it is that we learn more about it?
As the game's growing and there's a more focus around that player care, so I think the research is getting better. You know, in 10, 15 years to come when they're not playing anymore, have we done our best to support them?
Campaigners argued that the gender gap in sports science and brain health research has held women's sport back. Here's how to address it.
What I would like to see is funding. I want to see money. I want to see money going into the supporting female athletes in the same way we support the male teams, that their locker rooms, their medical facilities, their access to experts, the care all around for women is equal to that of men.
Good, come wider, come wider.
As women's sport develops, the science supporting it is gradually catching up, and not a moment too soon. Katie Gornall, BBC News, West Brom.
Well, for more on that, we're going to hear from Katie again tomorrow. We're going to hear from a World Cup winner as well, forced to retire from rugby union on medical grounds because of repeated concussions.